everybody, it's Kyle coming to you from my vehicle. I got my shots. I'm to the point where I get them about every 3 weeks now. I don't know. I mean, allergies around here were really weird last week, so I'm going to try and go 3 weeks again, but it seemed that last week was a little bit rough, but I think it was just kind of what was going on around here at the time, so we'll see if the next 3 weeks are fine. If not, I may have to just be at 2 weeks for a while longer. But hey, what are you going to do, right? It's not bad news because I have the ability to go get it if I need it. So I'm doing pretty good in that respect. Let's see what's going on that's good for me. Just so much activity right now. My daughter has started swim camp, which is like 3 weeks long. Every day of the week, like an hour and a half, swimming, it's pretty wild. It's interesting because she does say that, it's so much work and everything, but she understands that it could be a good thing for her and her future. So she just fights on through it, but I'm sure her arms were like noodles yesterday after that swim camp. And then she also had work later yesterday, and she ended up staying. They had one of the dive-in movies where they basically have a big screen out there and they show a film while people are floating in the water and stuff. And so she went to that for a while. And yeah, I mean, she's just a busy kid. My son's busy as heck too. They both just finished some summer classes. He had 2 and she had 1. And he actually has been to one of his 3 scout things. He will be leaving, I believe, this coming weekend. And he'll be gone a little bit over a week to the annual camp at Bartle. It's a big Boy Scout camp here in Missouri. It's huge. But he'll go to that for about a week and a half, and then we'll pick him up about a day early so he and his friend can get back. They got to get turned around and get packed up and everything to go on the Northern Tier adventure, which is the one where they're actually hiking part of the time and canoeing part of the time up into the Great Lakes, even up into Canada. I think they'll go over there and go into a trading post possibly, but it should be quite an experience. I think that's going to be the big Boy Scout testing thing, I think, for him and for his buddy. We'll see what happens there. I hope he goes on, he gets this eagle. He's so close to it, but he's really got to put his time, a lot more time into it to get it completed. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, both those kids are just busy kids. And then last weekend was my wife's birthday. And we had fun. We went to eat with a friend on Saturday, and then spent a little time Sunday with the kids and went out to eat some lunch and everything. And then my wife found some pretty cool things. We've been talking about going to do some of these things, but they have these trivia deals around at different, restaurants or bars and grills. And so she found one that was actually at another brewery here in downtown Lee Summit. And it wasn't trivia, but it was like bingo. But you do bingo with music. So the subject that particular day that we went was 1990s hip hop. So it's like, wow, I probably couldn't have walked into too many other subjects that would have been much better for me. And she won right away. There wasn't really anything she was interested in. So she got this giant Boulevard Brewery was there, and they were sponsoring the event. And she got this really cool big tin sign. It's a sign for their IPA called Calling. It's Calling IPA. So she grabbed that, and that's pretty cool. I'm going to put it up downstairs at some point. And then we had already planned on Monday to go to a trivia contest thing that they were doing at another local bar and grill brewery place. And it's Martin City Brewing Company. They have those. It's kind of a chain in Kansas City area. Martin City is in Kansas. It's the original one, and then they've opened up little branches all over the town. I think maybe they have 3 or 4. I don't know. But there's one here in Lee Summit, and we went to that, and they had a trivia contest to help raise money for our high school for the cheerleading group. So it's like, hey, we're raising money for the kids in our high school. Not our kids, but who cares? And we're also getting to play trivia. So we went and did that last night while the home run derby was going on. We were watching that and playing. Did okay. I mean, those questions were pretty rough, but did pretty good. I know there was 10 questions per round, and I know that kind of the funny thing is they said the final round was going to be horses, and I was like, oh no, I don't know shit about horses. Well, that's the round I did the best on. That's great. I think I missed 2 in that round, which is nuts. I got awful close in a few other rounds, but yeah, that's pretty wild. But yeah, we had fun. It was a good time. Didn't win anything, but it was good. And, you know, it gives us time to spend out together and enjoying ourselves. And yeah, it's more entertaining than just sitting on our butts at home and watching some other show. You know, shit, there's going to be stuff to stream until the end of history. I don't need to worry about that right now. So that's what's going on that's good in my life. Let me get right into what I'm into right now. As far as music goes, I did receive the 2 records I had coming from Vinyl Moon, one of which is a new Vinyl Moon subscription album, which is incredible, by the way. I got to listen to it again to get more used to the music, but the artwork and everything is amazing. It's all, it's a big gatefold, of course, and all the imagery is, you know, basically high-level views. I don't know if they're doing it with a drone or what, but overhead shots of like cities and towns and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. And then they included a booklet too. It's too big really to go in the record. You can't put it in the gatefold. You just kind of have to stick it in the middle, but you can't really put it in the sleeve. But it's a book just full of these photographs. And I mean, they are amazing. You would just have to see it. I'll see if I can put a picture up of it. But there's that one. And then I had ordered a record from the group. I think it's just one guy really. Power PC Me. And so that one came in as well. That one's really cool because I don't like colored vinyl. I'll be honest with you. I wish all of it was just black. But this one is a straight up purple, and it has a hologram on it. So every once in a while they'll put these records out. The first person that I knew of that did it, that was pretty mainstream, was Jack White. When his album Lazaretto came out, it had a hologram built into it when it was playing. It spins. There's kind of like all these scratches, and when it spins, when it's playing, like something kind of appears. It's wild. And then I had, I think I was looking at the soundtrack for The Force Awakens for Star Wars, because it has that ability as well with TIE fighters and I think even an X-Wing fighter. Well, this one has like the moon and stars. It's cool. And I've got a video of it going. I'll put that in the photo link. So, but yeah, those are fun to kind of listen to and enjoy, and just been digging on those. Not much else new in the world of music, but just kind of, you know, waiting on more stuff to appear. Something will appear every month, so there you go. All right. What am I into as far as watching things? Well, let's see. We've been watching, we did watch another episode of Silo. It's a little slow moving, that show is. I like it. I'm excited about it, but, you know, with so many things out there being so fast paced and in your face and quick moving and boom, 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 it's sometimes it can be tough because we're programmed to do otherwise. Sometimes it can be tough to be patient and enjoy development of characters and a story. And Silo definitely is that. And I hope it gets another season, but we'll have to wait and see. I know the first season's over with. I think it was 10 episodes, maybe. We've been watching that. We've been trying to watch some more stand-up comedy stuff. We tried a Kyle Kinane stand-up. It didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I was a fan of his, but the thing I'll say is that, and maybe you know Kyle Kinane more than I do, but it appeared as though he's trying to portray himself as younger than he actually is, and I don't know. It's tough for me to go for something like that, and it's definitely tough for my wife. But anyway, we didn't really enjoy it all that much. So, yeah. We saw Indiana Jones. I think I told you guys that, and the Dial of Destiny. It was good. Very good. Very big surprise how good it was. I do still want to see The Flash. And there's some movies out there I want to see, but yeah, I just got to make time. I did switch over. I had Shudder. I had the channel through Prime Video. You could add it on for like $5 a month or $5.99 a month or something. But I went ahead and canceled it on there, and I just straight up just joined Shudder for $5.99 a month instead, because you get more options. You get more different options for what you're paying for. So, yeah, I've been watching a little bit of that. We watched the old stinker. I think it's from 1980. We watched the stinker last night. Over the last night or so, I've been watching it. Alligator. Dude. They wanted that to be a new Jaws so bad. You know, they were really trying to make that a Jaws version, but with an alligator. Alligator version of Jaws. There you go. But, yeah, it's not good. Some of the effects in it are pretty cool, and the alligator looks pretty cool and stuff, but then some of it's just, ugh. Yeah. But we watched that last night, and that was kind of funny. We were laughing about that. That's about it in the watching. I mean, you know, whatever we come across, there's some stuff on Shudder I want to sit down and watch, and so that's why I went ahead and kind of renewed that separately as its own item. But nothing else really that I can think of that sticks out. Still kind of hammering through Seinfeld. I'm totally hooked on Froggy Flips. He is a yard sale and estate sale picker. He goes around and it's pretty amazing how he's able to find things and you know, walk out of there and turn them around and sell them for good money. I don't know if he has his own store. He has his own booth at a couple places, but yeah, a couple of the videos are him at Comic-Cons, and it's pretty amazing. The dude does really well. And then what else have I really been into watching as far as YouTube? I mean, that's a big one, and there's more, though. I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head. There's that, and yeah, I guess that's really about it. Nothing else that's really sticking out to me that's all that important. I mean, I'm still watching Greg Toop from Canada, and he's fun to watch. But yeah. So there's that. Nothing else really new. The usual stuff. Toasty Bros. I'm watching them still. Wicked Gaming Collector or something. I watch that guy a lot. But yeah, that's about it. That's about all I can think of in that respect. Let's see. What about reading? Not much. I did pick up the it's called Alien, an illustrated story, and I think I told you guys about that. When I was young, they came out with a graphic novel version of Alien after the film was out, and they came out with it. It was in like Walden Books, all bookstores, but it was really, the artwork and stuff was really neat. It was, I think, Archie Goodwin and Walter Simonson. I can't remember. Maybe I'm getting those names mixed up. But I think those are the artists and writers of it. And they had that. Our Pulp Fiction comic book / gaming store reopened after a couple years of being gone. And they had a copy of that. So I snagged it when I went in to check out the new digs. And I just need to sit down with it and take a look at it again. Because I remember just really loving that. The cover looks a little different, and they have a picture of the old cover. The old cover was the the ship from Alien, and yeah, it had a really cool look to it. The new cover, they just kind of have a picture of the alien, but it doesn't really matter. It's the same stuff inside, so pretty cool. That movie and a lot of the lore that's been built up around it, I don't care for as much as I care for that original movie. That original movie is just really amazing. So, but that's about it on reading. Still listen to my audiobook, and then I've got some more audiobook action. I think I told you about the audiobook that I'll be listening to after this, which is, not the happiest audiobook I've ever heard of. It's called The Three Body Problem by Cixin Liu. And I've heard good things about the story and everything, but I also know, and the writing in the book, and the series that he wrote, it's 3 books, trilogy, I believe, maybe quadrilogy, I can't remember if it's 4 books. But I've heard that it's a real big bad bummer, right? So, anyway, I'm going to listen to that after I finish up my Joe Lansdale book, which is almost done. So I've been through 2 books now this summer, mowing the lawn, which is great. But yeah, that's about it for reading. Let's see, gaming, not much. I did pick up the Master Chief Collection of Halo. They had that thing on sale for like $6 on Steam. It's all those original Halo games, so I picked that sucker up for the Steam Deck. I just need to sit down and play it. That's how they kind of get you on that deal, man. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but they sure know how to get it out of me. I mean, and they had me looking at another one last night that I was like, dude, no, I'm not getting this. I'm not spending $17 on this because I won't even play it. It looks great. It looks fun, but come on, quit it. So I just need to unsubscribe to those emails and stuff because, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, not much really in the gaming area. Yeah, I'll just leave that at that. And then podcasts, same stuff that I've been talking about forever with you guys. I Survived, been listening to that. There's a new episode this week. There is a new podcast coming out that I'm really interested in called Rattled and Shook. And it's by the same podcast group that does some of my other very favorites, like Radio Rental and High Strange. I think it's Tenderfoot TV is the name of the podcast company. But yeah, that new story, it sounds pretty cool, that new show, Rattled and Shook. Basically, it's scary stories, and the hosts kind of just talk through them and discuss what's scary about it, what affects them, and everything in the story. So it's kind of an interesting idea. I like it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that one out. There's only a trailer out right now, but I think the first episode comes out this week. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. That's it, guys. Not much else that's new. Sorry I didn't have an episode last week. It's 4th of July week was just pretty crazy. And it's interesting because we got done a little bit early on the 3rd of July, and then had the 4th and everything. So that was a pretty short week. It was just like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But man, it seemed like those 3 days lasted forever. Yeah, but I did finish a huge part of a huge project that I'm working on, which is cool. And so I'm back into some of these videos I've been working on for months now. Got about 20 of those to do. The one I'm working on currently is number 12. So, definitely making good progress, and it's going to be a great body of work once it's finished. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Nothing else really new. I'll have more episode action for you here soon. I'd like to try and figure out something more exciting to do. But it's hard, man. I'm just really busy. But I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Who knows if anything's ever going to come out of it. But I appreciate you guys listening. It's going to be hot as hell today. It's already up to the mid 80s right now. And we're talking about 9:30 in the morning. But I know it's going to get up to like 95 or so this afternoon. They say the heat index will be over 100. Could be up to like 102, 103. This is our world now, guys. And I know summer is always hot and all that stuff, but it's been a little bit a little bit hotter. The hottest days in human history, hottest recorded days recently. So, and it may be a cyclical situation and all that, but that's still no excuse for not picking up your own fucking trash and disposing of that, and for not recycling. Even if the environment is a natural development, this global warming thing, you still can fucking pick up after yourself, right? So I just don't even understand what the argument is. It still makes sense also, even if it is a natural development and occurrence, it still also makes sense to cut back on emissions. These are just the little things that I really have big disagreements with on certain kind of people. But, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to change anybody's mind. You have to change your own mind. But hey, if you are out and about, I probably won't be mowing today because it's going to be so hot and everything. But if you are out and about, I really got to get that lawn fixed up and finished up. Just do me a favor if you come by. Get off my lawn.